If I had to start over in Silicon Valley tomorrow with no equity, no connections, and a normal job, I know exactly where I'd buy. And it's probably not where you think. My name is Michael Rulfs. I'm a realtor in San Jose. I was born in Mountain View. My parents both grew up in Los Altos. I've lived in Los Altos, Almaden, downtown San Jose, Blossom Valley, Gilroy. I know these neighborhoods. I've watched this market for over 30 years. I've sold homes across every corner of Santa Clara County. So today, I'm doing something different. I'm telling you the exact neighborhoods I'd put my own money into right now at 3 different budgets. Before we start, here's what makes this video different. I'm not going to give you a top 10 list of overpriced neighborhoods you've already heard of. I'm not going to tell you to buy in Palo Alto if you have $10 million. That's not advice. That's a Zillow search. Instead, I'm going to give you 3 specific areas, 3 real budgets, and the exact reasons I'd buy there if I was starting from zero in 2026. So stick around for the third one. That's a play almost nobody outside the industry sees. So now let's start with the lowest realistic entry point. Under $1 million. It's kind of hard to find here in the Bay Area. A lot of people moving to Silicon Valley assume there's nothing here for under $1 million. That's wrong. It's just not where you've been told to look. If I were moving here on a $1 million budget, I'd buy in Blossom Valley or Santa Teresa. That's South San Jose, specifically in 95123, 95119, and parts of the 95136 zip codes. Here's why. In this price range, you can still get a townhome with 2 or 3 bedrooms, your own garage. A lot of times they're actually attached, in an HOA that actually covers things you'd otherwise be paying for separately. Now, here's the thing with HOAs. You have to be careful, but a lot of times on a townhome, those HOAs are ran a little bit better, and they've done better over the last couple of years where we've seen condo HOAs go through the roof. We're talking about $800,000 to $950,000 for a solid townhome. Some single-family homes pop up under $1 million, but they need a lot of work. The reason I'd buy here is the commute math. From Blossom Valley, you're 40 minutes to most major tech campuses if you time it right. You're 10 minutes from Almaden Lake, 15 minutes from Santana Row, and you've got immediate freeway access to 85 and 87. The schools in this pocket, they're not the top-ranked schools in the county. They're not your Cupertinos or your Almadens. I'll be straight with you. But for a single buyer or a couple without kids, that doesn't matter. What matters is you're building equity instead of paying somebody else's mortgage. The biggest mistake I see at this price point is people stretching to buy a single-family fixer-upper in a worse location instead of buying a clean townhome in a good one. The townhome will appreciate. The fixer will eat your weekends and your savings for years. So tier 1, under $1 million, Blossom Valley or Santa Teresa townhome. That's where I'd start. Okay, tier 2, $1 to $2 million. Kind of a wide range, I know. This is where most actual Silicon Valley buyers live. If I were buying in this range, I'd buy in Cambrian. And I'd buy in Cambrian before I'd buy in almost any other neighborhood at this budget. Here's why nobody talks about Cambrian. It sits between Almaden Valley and Willow Glen, 2 neighborhoods that get all the attention. Almaden has the schools and the prestige. Willow Glen has Lincoln Avenue and the charm. Cambrian sits right in the middle and quietly does both jobs at a lower price. For 1.5 to 1.7, you can buy a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, single-family home with a real yard. In Almaden, that same house is 2.5 to 3 million. In Willow Glen, that house is a little over 2 million if you can even find it. The school district is Cambrian Elementary. It's solid. Not Almaden tier, but solid. Test scores are very good. Class sizes are manageable. Parents in the neighborhood are very involved. You're 15 minutes to downtown San Jose, 20 minutes to the airport, and about 35 minutes to 40 minutes to all the big tech campuses in Mountain View and Cupertino during peak hours. The reason I'd buy here is the resale math. Cambrian homes appreciate at almost the same rate as Almaden and Willow Glen, but you're buying in at a huge discount, almost $500,000 cheaper. That's $500,000 that stays in your pocket on day one. If I was moving to Silicon Valley with $1 to $2 million, this is where I'd write the check. Okay, so we're to tier 3, $2 to $3 million. This is where the math gets interesting. Most agents would tell you to buy an Almaden Valley at this budget. And look, I grew up in Almaden. I love Almaden. I'd live in Almaden again in a heartbeat. But if you're moving here in 2026 with $2 to $3 million to spend, I'm not sure Almaden is the play anymore. Here's the play I'd actually make. I'd buy in Willow Glen, or more specifically, the part of Willow Glen that nobody tours on YouTube. Just off of Lincoln Avenue, streets that wind back behind the main commercial corridor. They're older homes, mature trees, walkable streets, and one of the only true Main Street neighborhoods in the entire South Bay. At $2 to $3 million, you can still find a 3 to 4 bedroom Willow Glen home that needs maybe a little bit of cosmetic updates, not a full remodel, a coat of paint, a kitchen refresh. Here's why I'd pick Willow Glen over Almaden at this budget. Almaden is a great place to raise a family. The schools are some of the best in the entire county. The trails, incredible, but it's a car-dependent suburb. You have to drive everywhere. Your kids, they drive everywhere. Your weekends look like errands. Willow Glen, you can walk to dinner, walk to go get your coffee, walk to the park. It's a different lifestyle, and the resale value reflects that. Willow Glen has been one of the most stable appreciation markets in San Jose for 30 years. If you have kids in elementary school and your top priority is academic ranking, fine, go to Almaden. But if you're a tech worker, a young couple, a family that wants the option to actually walk somewhere on a Saturday, Willow Glen at $2 to $3 million does something that Almaden doesn't. Now here's where I have to be honest with you. None of this advice is generic. If you have school-age kids and you're laser focused on test scores, Almaden Valley or Cupertino still beats everything else. If you work in Palo Alto and you can't stand a long commute, none of these neighborhoods are going to work for you. If you have $10 million to spend, this video is irrelevant. The reason I made this video is because most of Silicon Valley relocation content assumes you have unlimited money. You don't. I don't. Almost nobody does. These 3 neighborhoods are where I'd actually put real money in 2026 at real budgets. That's the video. And if you're seriously thinking about moving to Silicon Valley, I do free relocation calls. There's a link in the description. Tell me your budget, your situation, and what you actually need from a neighborhood. I'll tell you straight whether one of these areas fits or whether you need to look somewhere else entirely. I'm Michael Rulfs, Coldwell Banker Realty. See you guys on the next video.